What's going on, my PT peeps, my Walking Dead family, and my fighters, and one eyebrow, also known as PT. You don't know if I'm winking or I'm blinking, but I'm definitely thinking about The Walking Dead and Michonne's last episode, the Rick Grimes movies, all that stuff. Spoiler warning for The Walking Dead show, comics, spin-off, movies, everything related to The Walking Dead, spoiler warning. Now, I think they set something up in Michonne's last episode. I'm going to talk about my theory for what I think could happen in the Rick Grimes movie or movies with Michonne and Rick. But before I get to my theory, guys, please help us out and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We have a goal of 100,000 subscribers, and we're super close to achieving that goal. Hit the join button to become a valued member of our PT channel, Walking Dead family, and ring the bell to be notified when we post videos every day. Now here we got Aiden and Bailey from Parts Unknown. Who are they? Who's the group they're with? We're not sure. We don't know what to call their group. They have a frontier, wilderness, mountaineer type of vibe. I'm not even sure where this is, but Michonne found these two and helped them. And now she's going off with them to wherever they're going. And there's a bunch of them. Now Michonne is gone from the TV show, and maybe she'll have her own spin-off. Maybe she'll connect with the Rick Grimes movie or movies. Will this group that she went to be a part of that for a big part of Michonne's story going forward? I would think so, right? I mean, they put a lot of emphasis on Michonne helping Aiden and Bailey and them going towards the group. Now, who is the group? We just don't know. I like calling them the Mountaineers just because Michonne's Mountaineers. These are the pioneers from Fear the Walking Dead. Maybe they're connected, maybe they're not. And I have no problem with them being connected, but I don't want to see this lady. Folks call me Jenny. Well, folks should call you Gone because you're pretty annoying in the Walking Dead universe. And for those who don't watch Fear the Walking Dead, that's Virginia. I would love for Georgie to be connected with Michonne's Mountaineers, but I'm not sure if she's going to come around again. Hopefully she comes back to the TV show. She was there, she gave a key to a future, and it was a great setup for Hilltop, but then they never came back around. And I'm guessing that's where Maggie has been all this time, because we saw a connecting point with the twins, Georgie, Maggie, Hilltop, and it just could explain where Maggie's been all this time. But we know all this, right? Who are these people? We just don't know. But there is a large amount of people here. Horses, wagons, carts, people. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 large groups of people here. Now they're not connected with Rick because Rick went with CRM. And as far as I know, according to Gimple and Kang, CRM is not connected with Michonne's Mountaineers. Jadis called CRM the helicopter people, and they took Rick away. I know, you know all this already, but I'll get to my theory, what's going to happen potentially. Rick and Jadis and CRM went away. Now, if you know anything about The Walking Dead World Beyond, we found out that CRM stands for the Civil Republic Military. So military is in their name. They have helicopters, guns, weapons, tactical gear, a lot of stuff. Pretty much the polar opposite of the Mountaineers wilderness group that Michonne found. So CRM is interesting to a lot of people. But if you saw the sneak peek clip, you saw Felix talking with Elizabeth, and you saw Hope come around the side, and Hope gave Elizabeth the finger. So what if CRM is not this great group? Not a nice group. A lot of people don't like them, right? What if the people at Nebraska State University don't like CRM? They're kind of like the government, and Hope's group in Nebraska are like civilians. They're just trying to live. And CRM comes around, causes problems, and maybe Hope blames CRM for what happened to their father, Dr. Leo Bennett. But it's interesting that we see Hope give Elizabeth the finger in the clip, and she doesn't like them. So I'm going with maybe this group doesn't like CRM. And you have the wilderness, mountaineers, frontier people, and you have the military, government, high-tech people. And they don't mix. They actually hate each other. And when Michonne was hallucinating, we saw Michonne versus Rick. Michonne was a savior against Rick's group. And we see Michonne versus Rick several times in Season 10, Episode 13, Michonne's last episode. And yes, I know it's a hallucination, and it wasn't real, and it's a what-if scenario. But what if it's foreshadowing? Rick's side, which is CRM, versus Michonne's side, which is the Mountaineer, Frontier, Wilderness, Pioneer people. So CRM versus the Mountaineers, right? Rick versus Michonne. Again, they highlighted it so many times in season 10, episode 13, it could be potential foreshadowing for the movies. Now, again, I doubt they would fight each other knowingly, but what if Michonne is with her group and Rick is with his group and they have to fight each other and they don't know they're there? You know, if you watch season 10, episode 13, and it's just shown so obviously that it was Rick versus Michonne. What if Michonne was on this side and Rick was Rick? Rick actually shot Michonne in the what if scenario, right? So my theory is that Michonne has her people, the Mountaineers. They're against CRM. And Michonne doesn't know anything about CRM. She doesn't know about the helicopter people. She doesn't know about stuff like that. You know, only so many people do. Father Gabriel, Negan, Jadis, Rick, right? But Michonne has Rick's boots. So she's going to find Rick one way or another. That's the whole point of Michonne being alive, is to go find Rick. And I hope she does. It needs to happen. I mean, what's the point of having Michonne go on this journey if she doesn't find Rick? You know, it's the same thing like Dwight not finding Sherry. I mean, it doesn't make sense. It needs to happen at some point. And so I could see Michonne in the woods fighting CRM, taking people down. Rick is, you know, leading the charge or going in his own group, and he's going after people because he's part of CRM now. And then you see Michonne and Rick face to face like Michonne and Andrea in season 3. Gun versus sword, you know, and then they're like, oh God, and they drop their weapons and they see each other and like, is this real? And it's an amazing moment. Now, I don't know if it's going to happen or not. It's just my theory right now. I would just picture it happening that way. Rick and Michonne are reunited. They were fighting each other in a battle. They didn't know they were there. And luckily, they don't hurt each other and they find each other. Or maybe Rick's just in a hospital and this doesn't happen. He's locked up in a jail cell or locked up in a hospital. He's injured. He can't get up. And Michonne's group goes to CRM and attacks them or something. And, you know, where CRM causes problems in battles. Because it could be awesome. It could be another war type of scenario. But Rick's, you know, in the jail cell or in bed and he's, you know, limping around. We have old man Rick. But I want to see badass Rick. I don't want to see this. I personally want to see the battle. Rick, CRM, Michonne, Mountaineers. And they have to go against each other. But that's my theory. Rick and CRM versus Michonne and her Mountaineers, Pioneers, Frontiers, whatever you want to call that group. We don't have a name for them yet. But I just saw like, wow, Michonne's last episode, we saw a hallucination type of thing. They do have foreshadowing from time to time in The Walking Dead. They do set things up. Maybe it'll happen. Maybe it won't. Let me know your thoughts. Post your comments below. But again, it's a fun discussion topic theory, and I can't wait to find out more. And for those interested in my Zombie Apocalypse book series, check out the link in the description below. All these books are available now. The book sales come back to the PT channel as well as my book series. Fight for us. I hope you join the fight, and tell them, Daryl.
Yo, we love you guys. Honestly, thank you.